was a good song we made.
And you're not satisfied with the amount of times you ejaculate in a week. I bet you're not. I bet you're not.
Damn, you can hit those high notes.
Yeah.
Let me try. Yeah.
It's under all that breath.
Why is it like that? How come I can't hit the night? What do I got to do to get that breath out of
Less breath. Try to breathe less and sing more.
It's there.
Almost.
It's all breath. It doesn't work for me like it works for you.
Well, it's because you don't have breath control. You got to control your breathing. Just let the note out. You're yelling it.
Dude, honestly, I can't do it.
Honestly, I think you talk that way too. Like I talk more in a note and you talk more as a breath. Some people are breathy talkers.
Huh, I must be a breathy talker.
Like right there you weren't, but maybe it's because you're trying to go out of your range.
Well, if
you do have a deep voice.
This is how I normally talk. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. But as soon as I get up in those high notes.
No,
listen to me, mate.
No,
as soon as I get into the higher note,
no.
The breath overtakes the note. And
Well, that's because you're from down under. You can't do high notes when you're from down under.
Down under in the dirty slums of Preston County. Seriously.
Dude, that goes so hard.
What a cool button. Good suggestion. Oh, I like that. As you were drinking that, your can of beer went up and then started to rise right as it ended. Dude, did you have a good day?
Dude, that's the drink button. Anytime you and I want to take a drink of something, oh, I'm running out. Hold on. I'm going to need another beer in a second. I might have to grab one.
We have some down there. I put like two other beers down there.
There's one down there.
No, there's two. Told you there was two. There's one more right here.
Oh, I could not see that. It was behind the little corner of the country.
Oh,
so what were you saying? I'm so sorry.
How was your day?
It was confusing. Yeah. It was confusing. But you know what? Okay, I want to talk about something. I may have had 2 customer experiences today that were not my favorite experiences. I do not have anything against the people, right? But the experiences I had today were not my favorite that I've ever had.
Yeah, you're going to have days like that.
Out of the 7 to almost 8 years of cutting hair that I've had, I've only had 3 to 4 experiences ever that I was unhappy with. So out of honestly, I have no idea how to count the amount of haircuts I've done in my lifetime. I have no idea. I mean, I guess I could estimate.
How long have you been cutting hair?
7.5 years.
So you probably do about 8 haircuts a day.
No. What are you talking about?
Well, on average, let's say you do 10 haircuts a day. On average, with people not showing up and people showing up.
That wouldn't be an average. That wouldn't be correct. I do less haircuts now than I've done in my entire life. And it's 15.
Well, I'm just saying the number I'm going to be multiplying it by. I'm not going to be doing math to figure out the days for the weekends and vacations. So that's why I'm saying I'm only giving you 10 because there's going to be weekends in there and there's going to be vacation days. So 10 days over, or let's just say 8 years. Did y'all feel me? So you do 10 times 365. Okay. Damn. You've done, over 3,000 haircuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of haircuts.
Yeah, it's definitely more because I think on my last report I had
4,000 haircuts.
It was 5-something.
5,000?
In a year, yeah.
Okay. So you've done 5,000 haircuts. You know how many haircuts I've done? 6,000. And I don't even barber full time.
Yeah, honestly, you don't even have a job.
Yeah. I tattoo for a living. And I still have done more haircuts? Somebody's slacking somewhere.
Well, you're committed.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's
out of that many. Okay, out of that many in the amount of 8 years, I'm doing an amazing job of keeping myself and my customers happy. I'm not saying that I'm the best barber. I'm not. I'm not saying that I'm the handsomest barber. I'm not.
Lies over here.
You my best friend.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm anything. But
wait, you're something, buddy. Hey, you need to give yourself more credit. It's not like you're nothing. You're something. And that's for damn sure. I know one thing. You're
my best friend.
Jesus Christ. I know one thing. You're a slop. Dadgummit. I don't even know what to do for you right now. Do you need a towel? Do you need me to go grab you a towel?
I'm just going to soak up the beer that fell out of my I'm just going to soak it up.
Do you need a towel for real?
I just poured beer all over my body, and it's actually, you know what's crazy? I'm going to talk you through this right now. It is 100% stinging my balls. My balls are so stingy right now. I accidentally poured beer all over my jeans.
You didn't just pour it. You just
exploded.
Opened a random can.
It's not my fault. It just happened. I don't know what happened, and now my balls feel like I just dipped them in icy hot. I'm trying to stay calm. This is extremely painful. I don't know how it happened. Maybe it's so cold and it's just sitting there, all my balls. It's like maybe my balls are a perfect cup right now and it's holding beer in it. And I've never held beer in my balls before. And it is extremely uncomfortable.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You have icy cold. So
my balls are so cold that it is, I mean, it's uncomfortable right now. I'm very uncomfortable.
What kind of beer is that?
Vienna Lager. Do not put Vienna Lager on your ball sack or dip it in there because I feel something. There is something happening.
To those listening at home, please do not dip your genitals in a Vienna Lager, or you might have an issue with stingy, burny testicles. Poppy, if you need to go get that situated, I can handle the pot. Hey, welcome to the Wednesday, bro. You thought you were having a weird day already. Now you got nutsack beer, buddy.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I mean, that stung. Okay, now I'm good. I think it was just the initial cold factor. I think that's what it was. What the heck are you doing?
Just putting that there. I didn't know if it had beer on it. Didn't want to stain up your table.
Yeah, you're right. But no, that literally was so cold on my nuts. It felt like it was icy hot for a second. It was the icy form of icy hot. I was waiting for the heat. But I think I saved the couch mostly by keeping my legs closed, and now I have pee-pee pants.
Nice.
I got pee-pee pants.
Pee in your pants is cool.
Dude, it's so wet.
My best friend.
My pants are so wet, but I saved my couch for the most part.
Yeah.
So
sometimes when I see my girlfriend, my pants get wet like
that's
that.
why I didn't do anything, because I knew, okay, well, it's all out now.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I just got to stay together.
Yeah.
So it soaks into my pants mostly.
Well, you did a good job at preventing spillage of beer.
Well, this couch does pretty well, surprisingly, that you wipe shit off of it. But yeah, it'll definitely smell like beer in here tomorrow when I walk in the shop. It'll smell like beer, and I'll spray. I made my own oil spray. I did. I made my own oil spray.
Oh.
I go through every day, and I go and I spray a few surfaces, and it smells like tobacco and teak wood. And it's good smell. People say, "Wow, smells nice in here."
Correct.
And at first, I thought it was like them commenting on, because people would say that it smells new in here, but then they started saying it smelled nice in here. So I know I'm catching up. So it smells like Fabuloso mopping soap.
Love it.
Lavender.
Love lavender.
And tobacco and teak wood.
Damn, man. Lavender, tobacco, and teak wood. Damn, that's a good scent.
Lavender, tobacco, teak wood.
Love it, dude.
Lavender, tobacco,
You're doing a good job at this place.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's something, isn't it?
Yep. Salamander green.
Salamander green.
Can't forget it.
So, yeah, so I was talking about my day. Wasn't that great? And then I pour beer all over my ball sack and make it extremely cold, and I talk you through the the experience I had there. What happened with your day? We need to stop talking about me, or I'm going to get hit by a fucking truck through the window.
Yeah. Well, today I woke up and I met with my guidance counselor, as I like to call.
Oh no.
And
oh no.
It was actually, it wasn't good and it wasn't bad. In a sense, it never is bad ever, but I'm saying like I really didn't have anything to talk about today, and also we were having a lot of technical difficulties because we do over the cell phone. So like I didn't really have anything to like be like, hey man, I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this. What are your thoughts are on this? So that's how my day started. So that really didn't really get anywhere. Just kind of got to hang out with them for an hour, and then I
Can I say something?
Yeah,
really
say
fast
it.
about
say it up.
So, did it ever cross your mind?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Did it ever cross your mind that I don't think anybody on the pod knows where we live, so I don't expect that they know where your guidance counselor works. Did it ever cross your mind that maybe you just like get out of your truck where you talk to your guidance counselor and walk over to the office where he's working, which is 50 feet away from our house?
Well, listen. When I first started...
No, I'm saying today. I know that you started talking to him when he worked in a different place, like during COVID and stuff. And I know that you can continue to do it.
Well...
But like you're having technical difficulties, and then you go, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Can I hear you?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I want to go over, like walk over to the office because I'm comfortable in my area.
I understand that.
Like I've grown accustomed to talking on the phone, over the phone in my truck.
On a regular day, I would agree you should keep doing the same way.
Yeah.
But today, since you had technical difficulties, you could have just went, let's solve this issue.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
And but I didn't really have anything to say today. So I would have just like
maybe it was better.
I would have went over there and I would have had to like talk to the other like people and be like, hey, well, we're having technical difficulties and I'm in my pajamas right now.
Were you?
Yeah, I get out of my bed and I go to my truck and I sit in my truck and Skype with them with a hoodie and pajamas on and sweatpants on.
Yeah, but like you wear that out sometimes.
No.
Like you just feel like it's weird because you just got out of bed and threw it on. That's why it's your pajamas. You don't sleep in it.
Yeah, I don't sleep in anything but the underwear.
I know. Trust me, I know. And you always try to get me to look at it.
I'm always trying to get you to look at it. You never look at it.
Or no.
So then I got up, did that, had some brekkie, had a shitty fresh and lean meal. I order those fresh and lean meals. They're pretty good, but today it wasn't very.
It wasn't good?
It was pretty lame. It was very bland.
I didn't see you eat it today. Normally I watch you eat it.
Well, I was eating it on top of a pizza box. I was using the big pizza box as a table.
It's still there, right? All that pizza?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to go home and eat that pizza.
It's so good, Fat Angela's. Get you some.
Don't tell my girlfriend I said that because she made me a meal and I'm going to have to eat that, but then I'm going to eat more pizza. I will. I'll fucking eat that pizza and I'll be like, that's good.
Well, the thing is, I don't have to tell her, and I promise I won't rat you out, but you just ratted yourself out. She's going to listen to this and hear it.
Joke's on you. She doesn't listen to us anymore because I get to show her all of our freestyles, and she says we don't rap as good as we think we do.
I know. That's
so
crazy.
It's like, that
well,
is
I thought she
said
that about you. I didn't know she actually said that about me.
Yeah, especially you.
What the fuck? Me and Kelly got beef.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought about it just recently. Have you ever thought of like, maybe we should... Now, this is me free balling it right now. I'm commando. And this is me free balling talking to you. Normally, we don't do this. We have a new idea. We kind of like talk about it on the side and then bring it on the show. But I thought it was a good enough idea to bring it on. What if we love freestyle rapping? We like it. We really enjoy it. It's something you and I both like. We do it together. We feed off each other, but no one really gets to hear it. And I think because of how much we enjoy it, other people would really enjoy it. So, and we also like to have themes. because we're kind of an improv show. Right?
It's all improv.
Right. It's a different style of improv. We're not like trying to be characters or anything like that while we're doing it. It's just talking how we normally do and trying to figure our brains out together.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys just get to listen.
That should be our TikTok bio.
Yeah. Trying to figure out our brains together.
Nice.
Here's what I think. I think we should definitely have a segment that we edit in where it can be anywhere in the show. It can be in the middle. It can be in the beginning. It can get people's attention. It can be at the end, whatever. But I think it will be interesting that I just thought of it is where we have subjects and okay, here's a thing. What is it called? A thing and a subject. So it's like wizards Mars, right? Or like wizards doing this.
Both of those can be subjects.
Well, I'm saying
and both of those are things.
Yes, but I'm saying a person, and then it's like doing this, and then we freestyle rap about it. I think that would be so sick.
Okay.
Is like we have a little hat, and we make some subjects up, like way in advance.
It's a great idea.
And it's like a type of person or a type of thing, and then you pick out of each hat, and it goes wizards doing shrooms or cougars laying in grass.
This is very Whose Line Is It Anyways of you? And
I do love that show. I do love that show. That may have happened. I may have been watching that show lately.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, so if you're at home and watching it, it's on HBO Max. It's great.
But I did just think of that. And if you guys think that would be a good idea, just tell us.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a good idea.
You see us enough, like just let us know. We
totally
would do it.
If you guys go, that will hurt you and it will tear you down on the algorithm, don't do it.
I don't think it would.
I think it'd be a great thing. Is like
I don't care.
It's
about
like
the algorithm.
improv freestyle rap. It's like a new, because everyone does like improv singing, and I want to do improv freestyle rap, like the cool shit.
But what I completely agree, because the reason I love freestyle rapping, it's not that I think that I'm good at flowing. I love making up the crazy stories as I'm flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when I'm rapping, I can make up the shit easier.
Yeah. And I want it to be known that and the main reason to pick it out of the hat, one, it challenges us to do it. The second thing is that I don't know if when we do this stuff, people like think we're trying to be serious, when you and I both know we're just fucking around and just doing it just for fun to warm up. So I think because we enjoy it so much, we should do it.
Absolutely.
I think that should be a segment. I'm sorry that I had to talk about it on the pod.
Why are you sorry?
Because I didn't want to forget.
I
didn't want to forget, and I wanted to make sure, and if other people are listening, comment or do something to let us know that it's a good idea.
We'll have to just pick an instrumental, one that's
right.
One of the ones off that
well, it can be random too. I can go online and find instrumentals that are that I have the license for. We pick a bunch of them and then we do that, and it's no big deal. It's no big deal.
It's donezo. Pick a couple slips out of the hat with some subjects and verbs, and
right, and everybody can see that we're doing it for real. And you know what? In the future, we'll have people send us subjects. Like they can say this and this, we split it down the middle, like, I don't know, white boys wearing t-shirts, you cut it down the center, and then we mix and match them.
Absolutely.
And they can send it to us.
I think it's a great idea. You know, we're always kind of like we've tried a couple segments here and there. I think that would be a fun one that would that could be a consistent segment on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just right smack dab in the middle.
Speaking of segments, we're going to jump. What did you want to talk about today on the pod? Because you said it earlier today, and I am semi-aroused excited.
Okay, so My younger brother sent me a TikTok, and he said, this would be an interesting topic to show on the podcast. And
so we're going to let you listen to this TikTok.
I completely agree with him. I think it would be a really good one. The TikTok is from this guy who goes by Forrest Galante. He's on TikTok. He's got about 784,000 followers. But basically he just talks about animals and whatever else he does on TikTok.
Crazy
shit on TikTok.
No, he sounds awesome. Like the one thing you showed me that we were about to hear.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I wish I would have thought of it.
So JC sent me this. He said, good topic for the pod. I said, nice.
Is it up?
Animal of the week is nocturnal. They live and hunt in trees. The males of this species only live for 11 months. But for the last 2 weeks of their lives, they will have sex nonstop, sometimes for up to 14 hours straight. Their blood has so much testosterone coursing through their veins that it stops the functions of the rest of their body, causing them to literally fuck themselves to death. Their body shuts down because they are slamming so hard for 2 weeks that nothing but testosterone production can take place. They smash so hard that all of their fur falls off. They start bleeding internally. They get gangrene because their limbs start to fall off. They're just going to pound town this whole time. At the end of this life cycle, they spend every last second frantically, erratically looking for another mate to keep humping. It is a small marsupial that resembles a rodent known as the brown antechinus. This bizarre animal of the week is not.
Yeah. So basically that little marsupial.
Basically a mole.
Yeah. He's got a pouch. That's how you know he's a marsupial.
Basically a mole because he looks like a mole face. He has a mole face.
Only lives for a little bit of time, but the last 2 weeks of his life, the dude just gets horny and just starts banging. So I really hope as humans that doesn't happen in the last 2 weeks of our life.
So I want to know something.
You're 90 years old and you just start getting boners and you fuck to death.
So it's the last, how many? 2 weeks?
Yep.
Last 2 weeks of this marsupial's life, it fucks itself to death.
Correct.
Is it that it knows its last 2 weeks are coming? It's like that's the time frame. The last 2 weeks are coming, and it says, I got to get all the fucking out I can because I need to reproduce, because that's how animals are. They're not going, oh, let me bang because I love it. I want scratches on my back. I really wish a girl would put a choker ball inside my mouth.
Yeah.
Marsupials don't do that.
No.
Only us sick fucks do.
I should actually force you as some sort of punishment to come.
Put it in my fart box. You know, marsupials aren't doing that. So is it that they go, hey, this is the last 2 weeks of my life. I got to bang.
Wait. Can a marsupial be a dominatrix? That's the question I have.
Apparently the females know how to work it, because I don't hear that. I don't hear about them banging and dying. It's just the males. So is it that the last 2 weeks of their life, they know it's the last 2 weeks of their life coming up, and then they get all their banging out of the way and they die? Or that it's just whenever they get horny, they're like, fuck it, it's worth it, and they die 2 weeks later? It's kind of like if a monk decided to go and bang a bunch of whores. It's like he's gone without it for so long, and then he goes, you know what? Fuck it. It's worth it. I'm going to die. I'm going to do this till I die.
I would say that the marsupial's body just makes the testosterone, maybe, and it doesn't have a choice. It's just like, oh God, there's only T-minus 2 days left until I fuck myself to death. I need to finish writing this journal. I need to tell Joseph that I love him.
I have a lot to do. Here,
and I really hope that my final days I don't make a mockery of my life's work.
Yeah. What if what is it? Something antechinus?
I don't remember what the fuck that
it's a type of marsupial. It's a antechinus, and imagine if one of those was gay and it was like, I love you, but like my testosterone's ramping up and I'm going to have to fuck a female to reproduce. I'm so sorry. And he's like, don't fucking do it. No, don't fucking do it. And then it was the one guy's time to bang for 2 weeks, bang females for 2 weeks. And the other one, it breaks up true love.
Yeah.
That'd be really fucking sad, huh?
It would be really sad if
a gay marsupial went straight, huh?
I don't like thinking about it.
I
don't like thinking about sad things like that.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to put that out there because it's probably happened. Do you think that's ever happened in the real world? Like there's a guy that says, I'm gay and I'm proud, but maybe certain circumstances said that maybe certain circumstances led him to be like, it would be easier if I was straight and known to be straight or something like that. Maybe like back in the day, like before it was like, it's basically cool to be gay now. Like it's not, let's be real quick. It's cool for younger people. It's cool to be gay. And if you're heterosexual, it's like, okay, you're not cool. It's like, that's not new. It's not very trendy. It's not very trendy to be heterosexual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is if back in the day when it was hetero,
what you're saying
magnified,
is back in the day, whenever it wasn't as accepted to be
right
gay.
I was trying to say it in more fun words.
You said it in worse words.
I said hetero magnified.
I don't think that's a word.
That's 2 words. And
you got me there.
Yeah. Do you think there's ever been a guy that was like, you know what? I'm going to be with a woman instead. It'll make my life easier. And I'll just be a family man and not be who I really am. And then on his deathbed, he's like,
I wish I was gay the whole time. I wish I didn't sell out and be a heterosexual guy.
I wish I would have never touched a vagina. And he just said it to the wife, like on his deathbed.
Probably.
Man, I can imagine there's so many people on earth. I imagine at least it happened once.
Here's a good hypothetical for you.
Hit me.
So, the last 2 weeks of that marsupial's life, its body creates so much testosterone that it fucks itself to death.
And also, it's like limbs and shit.
That's what I'm saying. It does
fall off.
It creates only testosterone, makes it so horny that it just has to hump and fuck itself to death. What if? What if science got so advanced that they eliminated all death accidents, like falling and tripping and breaking your neck? They, like you couldn't die from wounds because medicine is so advanced. You couldn't die from car accidents, any kind of accident, any kind of injury. You couldn't die from illness. They're so advanced that the human body goes, okay, we can't really die at this moment. So everybody's biology is so different that the human body just picks a date, and you don't know when it is. You could die when you're 80. You could die when you're 120. You could die when you're 45. The human body just goes, well, we're going to pick a date, and you have 2 weeks. All we're going to make is testosterone or whatever else makes you horny. I don't know what makes girls horny. I don't know. I don't think it's testosterone.
Nothing makes a girl horny. Nothing. Nothing can make a girl horny.
But the human body says...
Only the girl can make a girl horny.
Human body says, we're going to pick this date, and you don't know when it is, but as soon as you start to feel overly horny, you know you got 2 weeks to live, and you're going to be horny that whole time. So you're going to have these people who are just like living their life like crazy, and as soon as they start to get a little extra horny, they're like paranoid that they're going to die. So they're like depressed because they know they're going to die in 2 weeks, but they're so horny.
So it's crazy because like you think about that and like you won't see your dad the last 2 weeks of his life.
Yeah, because he's going to be out.
Because he's just being like, bop, 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 bop,
he's going to be out banging broads.
No, he'll just be banging. He'll be banging your mommy. He'll be banging your mommy because he's your daddy.
Dude, not everybody had parents that stayed together. So maybe don't bring that up. You're not being PC this podcast. Not everybody had a perfect family, okay? Think about the people who had divorced parents.
Sorry I turned out okay. Sorry I'm not fucked up.
It would suck if you were in like high school and your teacher, actually it wouldn't suck, it'd be awesome. If you were like midway through the semester and your teacher started to like act a little different.
And you're like, oh shit.
You're like, whoa, why is my teacher making these suggestive, why is he using suggestive language?
Yeah.
And then he just dips out of class and you're like, well, that sucks, he's going to die. But you know he's getting his fuck on and we don't have school for 2 weeks.
I don't think he's going to dip out of class if he's that horny.
What's he going to do, bang the students?
Yeah. And then he finds out that it's actually not his 2 weeks of life. He just kind of felt funny. And then he goes to prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah, you got to control.
Imagine if you didn't realize when your last 2 weeks was. You just kind of had like a funny, furry feeling.
And you accidentally make a mistake and you break apart your marriage.
Yeah. And then you just, then you're done.
Yeah. Or
you don't die soon enough. Or you're like, fuck, I didn't, then you're pissed off you didn't die.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I ruined my life. I thought I was ruining myself for death, but I'm ruining my life.
Yeah. Turns out I was just too horny. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Hey, nature is incredible.
Sex has ruined a lot of things, I think.
What's it ruined? I don't think it's ruined anything.
I don't know if I should talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I think now you got to say something about it. What's it ruined? I can tell you one thing it's ruined. Multiple marriages.
Okay. You know what I think it's ruined?
What?
Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Because here I'm going to tell you why. And this is purely 95% of people's opinions. There's only 5% of people that will disagree with me. What does a Zoom meeting between, let's say I'm a scientist, I'm a physicist, okay? I'm going to say someone else's story as myself.
Okay.
I'm a physicist. Nuclear physicist, and I'm on a Zoom meeting with multiple other nuclear physicists, and we're talking about physicist shit.
I know all about it.
Right? So we're talking about that, and that's what the Zoom meeting is about. Why do people on their Zoom calls put he, his, or she, hers, the pronouns, on their Zoom ID?
Oh, I thought you were talking about sex as in intercourse, not sex as in genders.
No, I am. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Why would they do that? It doesn't, who cares? Like, as a scientist, who cares? He's literally talking to a person. Why does it matter what their gender is? It's trying to bring equality, and I understand that, and I'm not arguing that fact at all. I like equality. I like inclusion. I like making people feel good. I like making sure everyone feels safe in their own place. I'm all about it. But what that does is it literally, if you break it down the chain, it just sexualizes the Zoom meeting. Because it goes, why does it matter that he's a he, his? It goes, okay, well, it's because he identifies as a man. Why does he identify as a man? Because he's got a dick. Why has he got a dick? It just sexualizes the whole thing. We're talking about physics, and here it turns into, why does this guy got a pronoun in front of his name?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think it sexualizes anything.
I think it all started with that. I think that's literally, I think if you break it down completely.
It just helps people in conversation.
Why?
Because if you're Dr. Poppy and you're a he, his, and we have.
You already said my name.
Listen, if you're Dr. Poppy over here, we have he, his, and I'm talking to Dr. Jalala over here, and she's a she, her, and I'm talking, and you're not a he, his. You're a she, her also, but you don't have that written down. I'm over here saying, yeah, Poppy over here. Me and him were working on this.
That's the problem.
And you'd be like, well, I'm not a he, him. I'm a girl. I'm a she, her.
You hit both problems. let's say, you know what? I identify as my name. Because that's exactly what you should identify. You were given a name. Given a name. It's already on the Zoom call.
Well, that's the point.
So when you're talking on a Zoom,
that's the point of language. Because
some languages don't have it. They don't have a pronoun. So it must not be that. It must not be that important.
Well, if it's in English, then you just go. I'm not going to say Poppy did this, Poppy did this, Poppy did this, Poppy did this, Poppy did that, Poppy did this. I'm going to use your pronouns. That's what makes it easier.
It makes it easier, but now it's becoming how people identify. They literally identify as the easy thing. It's turning the broad problem into a microscope problem. All you have to do is just say someone's name, and it gets rid of all of the problems.
Well, yeah,
every problem that ever happened.
But that's not how language is. That's not how English is.
I'm just telling you how to fix it.
I mean, if we could just get rid of all pronouns and you just want to use people's names, there's going to be a lot of repetition.
That's fine, because you also repeat pronouns over and over and over again. Every time you say something about a person, you say he's, hers, his, blah, blah, blah. That's repeated too. So it's just, sorry you have to say somebody's name. It would get rid of all of the problem, is what I'm saying. If you did that, no one would have a problem. If you could remember someone's name when you shake their hand,
boom,
and remember their hand.
Hey, you just slit your own throat, buddy. We'll
never do that.
People aren't going to remember people's names. They're going to say he, her, him, his, them.
Yep. Hey, sorry you're stupid. Not you.
Yeah. People aren't going to remember people's names. That's the point of pronouns.
Well, then, if that's the point of pronouns, don't get mad when you use the wrong one, and don't put it on a Zoom call next to your name.
I do agree there
because you can't forget the name when it's on a Zoom call.
I do agree that there should be some patience when it comes to introducing new pronouns to people who don't look like what their pronouns would have been in the past. There should be some patience there, but also I don't agree with people not paying attention to them. I think it's fine.
No one's not paying attention to them. I think it's turned into from inclusion. I think it was meant to include people and make it so people felt comfortable, to now, like, it doesn't, like, people are just putting them out there just so it's just to include themselves into it. You know, they're just including themselves into the problem. So now it's like there's only a select few that actually have an issue with the pronouns, which if they feel like they do, then you should try to be inclusive. I'm not saying that you shouldn't you shouldn't call them shit. Oh, you shouldn't call them anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's now everybody does it. And now it's like leaving out the regular Joe that just says, I'm just Joe.
Yeah.
I'm just Joe. They're like, well, why don't you use a pronoun? I'm just Joe. I'm just a Joe guy. I'm just a normal Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, so winding back again, I think it all starts if you rewind the whole tape all the way back to the origin of why you use those is because it's everything sexualized. And that's why I was saying that, is because everything in life is sexualized to an extreme extent. If you got rid of that, no problem.
Yeah.
No problems.
So, yeah. So everything you just said, no problems. You shouldn't even be thinking about that. I mean, it's not that you should, not like saying you shouldn't be thinking about that.
I'm one level away. You know what I mean? I'm one level away from not ever thinking about it ever again.
Yeah.
That's why it's on my mind. It's like, oh, I'm thinking about it. And
I think it's like,
then I'll never think of it ever again.
Yeah, I just think it's useless to put it under a microscope and think about it that much because it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know.
If somebody wants to be called a they or a he or a she,
right? That I have no problem with.
You should just go, okay, that's what you want to be called. Cool. I don't care. I'll call you that.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely agree with that.
What the heck? but you look like what I think is a boy.
Right. Yeah. But so, yeah, I have that problem with my literal name. I mean, people go, Poppy? What the heck is a Poppy? And I have to describe to them why I'm called that. But you don't see me like getting super flustered and getting worked up. And that's literally my name. Yep. Like my name has been that since I was born. So it's like, you don't see me getting flustered.
Poppy,
so that's why
that's a flower.
That's why I feel like I can say halfway something about it because I deal with that every interaction I've ever had.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Poppy. Bobby? No. Poppy. Oh, okay. And that's it. And that's all that happens.
Yeah.
And like if you say, hey, I'm Jake. I'm a guy. Okay. You're a girl? Nope. Guy. All right, cool.
Right.
Done. But it never turns into that. It's never that. Now, the people that are respectful happens that way, but it never does. And so that's where I find that I think you just, winding back again, keep it off your Zoom ID. When you're on a Zoom call about physics. No one cares.
Yeah.
You're talking about physics. You're talking about sex, put it on there. You're having a Zoom orgy, put it on there. It might be useful.
Yeah. That was an interesting topic to bring up. The topic that I want to bring up is a little different than that. The topic I want to bring up is the topic of
having sex with a man. No, go ahead.
I would like to get, since we have dropped our sponsor, Couchburner, not that we have dropped them maliciously. We are all still friendly and everything. We just decided to go our separate ways with Couchburner and to do our own merch. I think it's time we meet with our guy, maybe start heading that direction, getting some Today's Prey merch down for the people. So hopefully in the next week or two, I can meet with the merch guy. If not about Today's Prey merch, maybe about Handshake Snake merch, because I need some. I haven't had any since COVID.
Yeah.
But that is an announcement. We have ad space open. If anybody would like to become a sponsor, shoot us a message. We are totally down to put a commercial for your business on here, or anything you'd like. If you want us to do a special shout out to someone, or maybe, make a love song for somebody, we are totally down to get you laid, motherfucker. Do you have any announcements for the podcast?
If you wanted to get them laid,
just fuck them.
If you want to get our listeners laid, you just got to fuck them. That's the shortcut. It's like, hey, man, you want to get laid? Yeah, man. How about we fuck each other?
Yeah.
If you're friends, you do that. But if you wanted to get them laid, you get custom leather vests made.
Yes.
That's what you should do.
What if Today's Prey has leather jackets?
I think just like a leather vest with tassels on it would be fucking sick.
What if we made yoga pants that were made out of that stretchy leather looking material?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And across the butt, it said Today's Prey. That will get somebody laid.
Or guess.
Just the word guess. I like that as well. Do you have any other announcements for the podcast?
I'm trying to think of one.
Think.
One announcement. This will be the end. We probably won't make the leather jackets.
Rats. Sorry, everybody.
In the future, I would love to make leather jackets.
I love that.
That have Today's Prey patches on the back.
I love that.
And one day, whenever we get famous from doing improv freestyle raps during our podcast, and not being sexist. Pigs talking about pronouns. And making Jake really uncomfortable about pronouns.
I was super comfortable.
One thing about Jake is that he always wants to make sure that everyone's included.
You gotta.
Always. And I also want that.
The thing is...
But I'm like 95% of what Jake is.
You gotta... If you make everybody feel included, it's just nice.
Yes, I agree.
It's just nice. That's the main thing. It's nice. And also, if you get hung up on the little things like that, of making people feel unincluded, those little hiccups are going to bother you down the road when you're trying to be productive.
It's like I'm on the opposite side of that people get actually truly bothered. You know what I mean? I'm like, why do you get bothered? And then it's like, well, I get bothered because of this. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't. And then it turns into a thing. If I would never say a thing, I'd never have a problem.
Yeah.
And that's where your passive nature of inclusion is beneficial compared to mine.
Just gotta
just let it go.
Flies away. And it's done.
No, my customer brought that up, and that's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah.
Is because I thought it was interesting, and that's the only reason I'm watching that show Watership Down about rabbits.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when it comes to that stuff, you're gonna have people who are your clients and who you have to deal with for a timely manner that aren't. They're not supportive of that. They're not inclusive. They don't support, they don't support LGBTQ, or I think I said that right.
Right.
And guess what? Whenever you have a client like that, I'm passive with them too, because you're not going to change somebody's opinion about something.
Well, I
don't get it. I'm not like I fight with everybody. It's not like I fight for it. It's like, if people are going to be ignorant, they're going to be ignorant. And those people can go.
Well, I don't know. Coming back to it just for a second. He wasn't being ignorant.
I'm not saying I'm not saying
he was
client.
just he was just saying
I'm saying when I have clients that are completely unsupportive of that.
Oh, I've never had that.
If they're like full on just like, I don't get this, blah 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 blah, you just go like, oh well, how about them Steelers?
Yeah, I kind of like
just change the topic.
I kind of got rid of them. Yeah, I kind of got rid of all those guys over time. I think it happens more in like more edgy places. When you're in a barbershop, people are trying to be slightly more inclusive, but you do have those guys that are like, hey, well, they want to be different. How about fuck them?
Yeah. And that's the
Which
truth.
is ridiculous, obviously.
And that is the truth. And it's not even like they want to be different. Fuck them. It's like, well, we told jokes 10 years ago that didn't hurt any feelings. And now I just don't ever want to lose those jokes because they think that because they can't tell those jokes anymore that they've lost part of their like life. But it's like, dude, there's new jokes.
Yeah, we can literally make fun of ourselves about how we used to say those jokes, and that's a joke itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some sad things to make jokes about. There's some hilarious new things to make jokes about. You know what jokes are always funny? We tell them every single week on the podcast. Jokes about farting.
And dead baby jokes.
And dead baby jokes. And jokes about jerking off. Why are all jokes about farts and dicks funny? I don't know.
We don't know. It's because they're funny body parts and they're funny noises.
I'm not a physicist. I don't know why it's funny. I don't know how microwaves work. And I don't understand what's up with all these cats puking.
I know. And I don't know what's up with all these farts always sounding different and dicks always looking funny. That's why they're funny, because they're all different.
Yeah, I love it.
All farts sound different and all dicks look different.
Yeah. Dicks look crazy.
What is up with all these dicks looking crazy?
Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Pray. I got to close out this podcast at some point. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Pray Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send us some dollars if you want to get your business on the pod. Also, if you would like anything else, send us a message. We will do our best to include you.
Send $5 if you want a dick pic of Jake. He said he'd love that.
Of a drawing I did of a person named Dick. It's just a drawing. You want a dick pic, gotta send $5. I drew a picture of a guy named Dick, and he holding a glove. He's got a glove in his hand, oh man, and he doesn't even like sand. He doesn't like the beach. He doesn't like the beach. He doesn't like the beach.
But it's actually his dick. Send him $5.
It's not my dick.
It's a real picture of his dick. I have it on my phone.
It's not my penis. It's not.
Send me $5 on Venmo.